games. He plays all night and day. He plays his life away. Said old world gamer plays a lot of fucking games.
Hey everybody, it's Stephanie Old World Gamer, and welcome to Hack/Loot. And yeah, I'm just gonna go through a quick little playthrough of this game, doing the Journey to the Kaiman quest. If you want to read more of that story, by all means, just rewind there a little bit and read the little kind of story they set up for you or whatever. But anyways, I'm going as an Amazon that has, if you see there by the bow underneath where my stats are, it has like a kind of like a little yellow cross there. It means I do divine damage. And as you can see, this is a very Dungeons and Dragons like type of game with the turn-based playing, and there's no really levels or anything like that. You just increase your stats over time to keep getting better and better. And ooh, I'm down to 6 health already, which is not amazing by any means. But yeah, each episode I'll do will be one level of the game itself. And also, if you see over to the side there, over to the right, I have a little border there explaining that, you know, my social media and stuff, and my channel's at the very bottom. And also, Hack/Loot can be found on Steam and bought for $7.79, sometimes cheaper, depending on if it's on special or not. So, and last, but definitely not least, I'm going to restart doing the shoutouts to Let's Players and other gamers that I know, and hopefully try and help them out as best as I can. And the first shout out on this episode is going to Attack on Video Games. Two guys that I know a little bit from YouTube. They do a lot of fun commentary, a lot of stuff on Linux as well. So if you have a system, or perhaps you don't have an operating system that you can afford, so you decide to go with Linux, by all means go watch their stuff. And if you have any questions, message and comment to them, because I'm sure they'll be happy to help. And they're Carver, Mr. Carver Casanova, he's pretty good with the whole Linux thing and setting up the games and whatnot. So good for him and stuff too, because sometimes Linux can be a pain in the butt, especially if you're just using command prompt with all the commands and whatnot. So anyways, enough about that. Getting back to the game, Hack/Loot, like I said, is a turn-based game, but you rely on picking up different equipment and potions and sometimes food, and there can be altars and all this other good stuff. And whoop, there we go. See, I just switched up to a nice leather tunic by the looks of it. And if you look over to the right side of the gaming screen itself, it'll show that I'm going against a goblin with a battle axe, or it did. It just gives you a brief description of what you're fighting, like a giant rat, if it's armed or unarmed, or what it's carrying or using as a weapon, or if it does magic, etc., etc. And the same thing can be said about the food that you find, like an apple of exalted deeds, which it gave me 4 magic and 2 to magic damage, which is good because obviously the Amazon deals magic damage. It's a bow, but it still deals magic. Or no, actually no, that's I am lying. I've got confused so quickly. She uses the bow, so that actually the magic does not help whatsoever. The magic is in the stat screen there. The little blue wand that's grayed out. It's because I'm not equipped with that, and the reason why the arch. Ooh, that is a ring of resistance with. Can't remember what that is. I'm not sure if that's regen. I think it could be regen. Which is nice, because regen is always a good thing to have for your characters. It's a fantastic thing to have. And not only that, but divine damage for an Amazon can increase their attack and damage. I should say their range and damage, because that's the way it works in here. And as you can see, with the Journey to the Kaiman, there's a lot of goblins. So you have to worry about destroying these goblins. Ooh, he dropped a helmet. And a hobgoblin. Not to be confused with the one from Spider-Man. But yeah, I like this game. It's an easy time waster by you know, by no means do you have to, you know, I guess, put a lot of thought into what you're doing. But I mean, there is still some strategy to the game, and like, I find with this one, if you go in here with a melee class, you're pretty much screwed. And I don't know, maybe that's just me, but I find that each quest that's in Hack Slash Loot is a lot like that. That it seems like you need specific classes for different quests that you're doing. And I only unlocked about a dozen or so different classes, but there's like 30 or something. It's crazy how much extra content they include by having just characters, and it's fun to use the different characters because they have different stats and different abilities and functions and stuff. So, and that's why there was an indie source done about this game, because I thought it was a lot of fun and it was semi-unique, at least to me, because it was an 8-bit turn-based game, and you don't see too many of them that were done well. And I like the way I misclicked there. I like the way that this one was done quite a bit, just because like I said, you have to kind of use your own imagination. Like, you're creeping through, you know, some hallway here, and I don't know, maybe it's abandoned or something, but that kind of thing. And that's why I kind of referenced towards Dungeons and Dragons, because with that game you weren't really given even this much, and you had to kind of, you know, imagine your surroundings in a dungeon or town or whatever you're in. So, you know, that's I like this game for that reason alone. But like I said, it's just a very easy going game, and it can be very fun, and at times it can be super frustrating. So yeah, it all depends on, again, how you play the game. But you eventually start learning about different things, like the you can pick up, I think it's called Goblin Grogs, and they're just different colors, and each color corresponds with melee attacks, bow attacks, and magic attack, and I think there's another one for maybe defense or something like that. Can't remember 100%. Anyways, yeah, so you don't want to, because when you drink the grog, it really boosts the stats that you are supposed to, you know, that it's used for, but brings down a lot of the other stats that it's not used for. So you got to really make sure that you're using the correct grog when you're playing the game, because it can really drastically bring you down. Same thing with I can't remember the name on the spells or on the items right now, but there's a certain potion or altar. Well, actually, altars don't really say anything about what they do, so that's just pretty much a random hope for the best kind of thing. But with some potions and food, you can actually see that it disenchants you, which means if you've been going around and getting a lot of great enchantments on yourself, and all of a sudden you hit up something that disenchants you, like that altar gave me 3 to magic, 1 to magic damage, which, again, does not help whatsoever. But yeah, if you go and disenchant, it'll take everything that you built up and put you back to almost where you started off at, which is really crappy. Especially if you aren't paying attention, you just go pick it up and eat something, and you're like, wait, no! That one to see, the altar enchants different items that you're holding, like it just on my vest with 1 extra defense. Which, it doesn't seem like a lot, but believe me, defense doesn't go up unusually high in this game unless you're really aiming for it. And even then, like, you don't really... Like you'd have to make sure that you are only looking for items that give you a high defense, because sometimes those items could still bring down... Like, if you're using... well, the Amazon, for example, if you go and put on, like, say, scale mail or something, it'll bring down her bow stats quite a bit. And ooh, kill that rat, yo. And but she'll have a lot of defense, which is not really useful because she's a ranged character, so you kind of don't really care about the defense because you want to be far away so people can't hit you anyways. So something that you really want to look for with a ranged or magic class, and the reason I say both is because they are both ranged classes, because the magic users shoot their magic, and obviously the bow or ranged users use ranged as well. It's kind of self-explanatory, but anyways, what you really want to get with a ranged class is what is it called? It's more or less a speed boost, which lets you move twice. So every move that a regular creature, oh, it's like haste more or less. But anyways, what I'm saying is that every time that a regular creature like a goblin or a rat would move 1 block, you can attack twice, or you can attack and move, or you can move twice. You know, you get more or less 2 actions for every 1 action that they do. And some enemies that you meet along the way, and other creatures as well, and you can get some creatures to join you along the way. Like, I've skipped several lizards because sometimes they get in the way and they block you off, and some of the allies in the game kind of do that quite a bit, and it gets very annoying very quickly. So I think I'm pretty much good for down here for now, and we're probably going to quickly make our way up to the 2nd level. Because, why not? I know I haven't explored every single room here, and you can if you really wanted to, but sometimes I don't bother because it can be a waste of time, or I've already gotten strong enough and I want to get better items, because obviously the higher in the levels you go in the quest, in which, by the way, oh god, there's a crap load of goblins. Each quest has, I think it's 5 levels to them, so obviously each level that you go through is going to give you better and better loot, but harder enemies, and they attack you harder, etc., etc. So it looks like I almost took down all the goblins before they even got to me, so I'm just going to keep moving away from them. And there we go. Got rid of them. But yeah, we're pretty much almost done here. We're just going to probably explore a few more rooms before we make our way to level 2, and we end the episode. But yeah, I think I got this game for like less than $3 or something when it was on special, and like I said, I was not disappointed whatsoever. You can also get the soundtrack for this game, although it's not very extensive, unfortunately. And I mean, the music itself that's made for it was great. It's just there wasn't enough soundtracks, in my opinion. And music in games always are a big thing for me. If the music in the game is not very good, I don't know. I usually tend to find that the game is probably not, because I mean, if they don't care about one aspect, oh Jesus, look at all the rats, and there's a rat lord in there. But yeah, this is probably one of the easiest mob bosses you can fight, anyways. So, and we're probably going to gain a lot of stats, or at least I hope so. There we go. Taking them out one at a time. Yeah, and it looks like we only got like a handful of rooms left anyways, and I don't think we've found the downstairs yet. I'm just having a look there, but I can't really... It's hard to pick out on the map there sometimes, but it does, each thing that actually does have, like if you hover over it, it should tell you what it is or what type of item it is. Eep! Okay. Die, Rat King. Not the one from the Ninja Turtles, but the nice thing about these bosses is that, look, they drop a ceremonial drumstick. Ooh, boosted my range and my maximum health. Ah, there's the green grog I was talking about. Now, pretty sure I can drink this. Ah, it boosted my defense, but brought -1 to everything else. See, that's what I was talking about. So there is a green one for just defense, so I did screw that up a little bit. Oh, God. The only thing that I don't like about the game is that it's so dreary, like the gray walls or grayish walls and the blue bottom. It's just, it could be better, it could be worse. I wish they had a little bit more furniture to it. I wish it was almost like Hammerwatch was, like the way that the graphics were in that, because they added quite a bit to it, but still kept it very retro and traditional. Anyways, we're going to make our way to, again, level 2. Please? No? Okay. Not level 2. Let's see. Wait, I did find it. Okay, so we're making our way to level 2. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and we'll see you all next time. See you guys later.